Hi, friends. How are you? Happy whatever day of the week it is. I'm here with Nana.
Hi, y'all.
This is my mom. Yay. Many of you know Nana from other Facebook Lives that we've done. I'm going to wait just a minute so that this can catch up. I was trying to start this a few minutes ago and getting an error. Hi, friends. Hi, Allie. Okay, today we're going to do this quickly because we have work to do. Today is the start of the third annual Ruthless Declutter Challenge. This is not your typical decluttering challenge. This is not an organizing challenge. This is a ruthless challenge, right, Nana?
Yep, you're not cleaning.
No, and Nana's here today because I like to be really sweet and tell you guys all of the nice ways to do things and handle everything with kid gloves, but Nana doesn't mess around. Nana will come in your house and tell you if you have too many ice cream scoops. So Nana has some awesome tips. And if you guys have questions, I would love for you to put them in the comments. My team is here and they're going to be grabbing them and sending them over to me via text message in a little while. This is one of our first lives we've done in the new office. So we're still trying to figure out our setup here, but it's smaller than the old one, but it works. Okay, so to kick things off, I want to just talk to you about what decluttering is. A lot of people think decluttering means you're going to clean your house and you're going to organize your house. And that's not at all what we're doing today. I firmly believe that women all over the world are suffering from an epidemic of burnout. And I think that really stems from a lot of things, a lot of overcommitment. But it also stems from having just too much stuff, too much physical stuff, too much stuff on our schedules, too many things taking our attention. And one of the best ways that we can control and manage that overwhelm is by dealing with our homes. I did this last year when we were getting ready to move, and I did it in a serious way, and it made such a difference. Every time I sit down to talk about something like this, I have these funny feelings of like, you gotta get to the heart of why this matters, of why it's important, of why it actually matters. And I always think back to when I released my second book, this one. It's called A Simplified Life. And it was in late 2017. There had been some really like tragic and awful things that just were on the news. And I was driving home from dropping my kids off at preschool. And I just had these feelings of like, who cares? Like, who cares? We're going to talk about simplifying life and like decluttering our homes, but why in the world does it matter right now when there's these awful things going on in the world? And I had this like epiphany of, no, like it matters a whole lot, because there are things, this week has just been bananas in our family and with I've had a kid that's been sick forever. But why it matters is because there's so many things that happen in life. There's so many things that happen out in the world that we can't control. There's nothing we can do about them. But we can, even for just a little bit, control what happens inside the walls of our home. And your home should be a place of rest and rejuvenation. And if it's not, it's time to do something about it. So, Ruthless Declutter Challenge means that we are taking inventory of everything we own in our homes, and we are paring down to the best, favorite, and necessary. And what the beautiful thing about that is that when you get rid of all the clutter, you really start to A, address your spending, and B, realize the joy in what you already own. It's like my closet. I kind of got a head start in my closet and I got rid of some things, and it was all of a sudden like, oh, I have clothes I really like to wear in here because I can see them now. Okay, all right, I'm gonna stop talking so Nana can talk. So Nana has great things to say. We are going to start off by talking about how to do it. So today is kitchen day. Kitchen's the most fun room, right, Nana?
Right. You're in there all the time.
In there all the time. And the kitchen, I think, is the hardest room, especially for me. I'm not exactly the world's greatest cook. And so I get a little overwhelmed of like, I buy a lot of like kitchen gadgets thinking it will make me better. You don't really need all that stuff. And so we're starting in the kitchen because it's one of the most complicated rooms to tackle, and it's also one of the rooms we use the most. So how do we do it? First and foremost, you have to touch everything, right?
Yes.
So so say someone has a kitchen where you have cabinets and drawers and a pantry, or like a couple cabinets to keep food in. Where do you start?
I would find the place you go to the most, the drawer you want to, that's you can't find things in.
The junk drawer.
where all the utensils, because you bought all those different spatulas and and then your mom gave you some.
She's talking about me.
I didn't give you any stuff. But you got too many spatulas, and you've got too many ice cream scoops, and you got too many vegetable peelers, and you can't find anything when you go to that drawer. Start with that one. Dump it all out, touch everything, and ask yourself, do I really need 3 ice cream scoops?
Okay, so let me say, so last year I told everyone, that was my example, you do not need 3 ice cream scoops. You don't, unless you're serving, you have 3 arms, and then mine broke. Like the one and only that I have.
You can use a spoon till you buy another one.
But so what do you, somebody also wrote me and said, I need 3 carrot peelers because at Thanksgiving I have my grandkids over and
I have that.
And you should have 3 carrot peelers.
That's right.
If you have a reason to have that many. If you
have room to have that many.
Yes.
But if you don't have room, there's nothing you can buy that's going to give you more room to put things.
True story. So remember, you're not organizing. We are decluttering. And you're going to, start with that junk drawer and you're going to take everything out of the drawer, dump it out on the floor, put it on a table, whatever. You're going to wipe the drawer down, like get all the dirt out because inevitably it'll be dirty. And then you're going to touch every single thing, like put it in little piles, like all the pens over here, all the papers over here, whatever. And then you're going to touch every single thing and make a decision about it. But here's where the ruthless part comes in. You have to be fast. Otherwise, this will take you a year. So do you have 75,000 pens and half of them work? Get rid of the ones that are broken. Do you have...
Get rid of some of them that are work. Give them to somebody else. You don't need that many.
That's true. And so you're going to handle every single thing and then put them back in. You will be tempted to make said space beautiful by going out and buying 17 clear containers from that beautiful store that we all know and love to make it Instagram worthy. You don't have to put your drawer on Instagram. You don't have to. I mean, I would love it if you want to share your before and after and use hashtag Ruthless Declutter Challenge 19, but you don't have to.
But use your phone, go to your notes app, write down where you want a container, kitchen junk drawer, I need 3, I need whatever. At the end, go.
Yeah. Or you can put it in your Simplified planner. No, I actually keep a little note as I go throughout the week of like things that I absolutely need. Like if I'm out of cinnamon or whatever, and I notice it, I put it here. Or things that I like maybe one day would like to have. Like maybe I would like to have a couple containers for the pantry for my staples like flour and whatnot. But it's not something I'm going to go out and splurge on right now. Maybe you could ask for it for your birthday or something like that. I would put that on like maybe just a want list. And that's when someone asks you what you want for your birthday or for Christmas, you throw it out there.
And chances are you might find something in another place that you can use.
That is so true. So with the first time I did this, well, I've been doing this since I was a very small child, but the first time I did this with like lots of kids at home and I, was trying to like really get settled in a home, I was really tempted to go out and buy like really pretty boxes for this and for that. And what you don't realize is when you go onto the next space, you never know what you're going to find. You'll find 15 boxes in your guest closet you didn't know you had that you can repurpose in the pantry or somewhere.
And if you're going to be running out to the store every time you need one, or you bring home, 15 of them and they don't fit, you're going to get discouraged. You're not going to finish.
Mm-hmm. And that's when you're getting into more organizing. So this is about decluttering. Yeah. Okay, so that's how it works. That's what you're going to do. You're going to handle every single thing and you're going to say, okay, I have 6 ice cream scoops. I only need 1, maybe 1 for a backup. But you're going to choose the best or the favorite. And the others you can gift or give to someone who may not have any. There are so many places that will take what may be unneeded in our own homes, but may be very well put to use in others. So looking at things like that. Just a side note, there are organizations, look in your community, but there are places like Salvation Army. I don't know about Pensacola, but in Tampa where I used to live, they would come to your home and pick things up.
Waterfront Mission will do it.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Oh, I need to call them today. So if you go ahead today on Monday and schedule a pickup for, next Monday or, this weekend or something, it will get you motivated to kind of get things together. Don't give them trash or things like that. Obviously recycle or trash those kinds of things. But setting some of those stuff aside is really important.
If you don't have a space to put it, go put it in your car right now.
That's so true.
As soon as you get finished, as soon as you fill up a bag, go put it in your car.
On the day,
at the end of the day, go take that load
yeah,
to wherever you're going to take it.
On the day, this is for tomorrow. On the day we're doing kids' clothes, I actually made myself a note to like put it in the car so that when I go do pickup after school, I can just like take it. Otherwise, it will sit in a corner somewhere for a long time.
And then those people that live in your house, what's in this bag? And they'll be going through it, and your husband will say, do you know how much we spent on this? And your kids will say, don't throw that away.
Right.
That's mine.
That's awesome. So many you're saying that you you've gotten a head start, and that's awesome. I wanted to take a minute to say too, I have linked in the caption here, the Ruthless Declutter Challenge ebook where you can go and sign up to get it. There's a plan in, you all right, buddy? We will in just a few minutes. Just gotta sit, kiddo. Huh? Oh, good. Do you know how to do it? Do you want to turn it on?
I don't know.
Huh? That's okay. Why don't you go play in the playroom? Welcome to live Facebook. You want to go play in the playroom for a little while?
No.
Okay.
All I want to do is
For live.
in that bucket.
Okay, you can do that. We have a sick kiddo home, so you're gonna have to bear with us. Mom life. So, we've talked about how to do it, and we've talked about making sure that you get things set aside where it's going to go. I would also designate an area. Maybe it's like a corner of a room or a table or something where you're actually setting everything you're getting rid of, everything you're donating or decluttering. Have a space for where you're going to put all of that so you can corral it in one place and then bag it up at the end of each day. I'm trying something new here on Instagram Live, and I'm going to see if I can do it. I mean, Facebook Live. Oh, it's not going to let me do it. There's a cool new feature on here where I can do polls, and I was going to try one, but I don't actually know how to do it. So, okay. All right. So a lot of you, we were talking about the ebook. A lot of you are saying that, how do you do this if you don't have, 12 hours every day this week to declutter your home? Like, how do you actually dig in? And I thought Mom could give some good advice because I work from home and this is my job. So perks of the job. But for you were a teacher.
I was a teacher. So what I would do, okay, let's say you're starting in your kitchen. You're going to, not be home till 4:00, or you're going to go in there and cook dinner. While you're cooking dinner or right after you clean up, go in there and do one drawer or one cabinet. That's all you need to do.
Mm-hmm.
It may take you a week, but here's the thing. Once you do the one that really you would like to see organized. Once you've done that, it's going to motivate you, and you might say, I think I'll do one more tonight. Or when the kids go to bed, I think I'll do this over here. Do that, and you'll be surprised at how fast it goes, because what you do then is you come back into your kitchen every morning and you pull out that drawer that you just finished.
Well, inspiration.
I got this. I got this. Look at this. I'm so proud.
I love that. When we get done with this, we're going to tackle my kitchen. And I will say, once you do your first Ruthless Declutter Challenge, it gets way easier. I mean, last year, it wasn't really public knowledge that we were moving, but I was like way motivated because we were moving and I had to get rid of a lot of stuff. We were moving from our home in Tampa into a rental home that was really, oh dear, tell me. It was our, yeah, thanks. My poor baby, it's not feeling well. We had to move into a space that was like, I think it was like 1,000 square feet. And then we moved into this home. We stored our stuff and whatnot, but we were going into a tiny, tiny, tiny little space. When we moved into this rental home, we had like the people who lived there, who owned it, their stuff was there. And we were obviously bringing some of our stuff as well. So I lived out of 3 drawers in the kitchen and 1 shelf. Right? What does that mean? When you're living in a smaller space or you don't have space for like all kinds of stuff, you have to pare down. So if you're struggling, if you're in a space where you're like, okay, I'm living in, X number of square feet and I'm trying to figure out how to organize all this stuff, how to declutter, smaller space equals less stuff. That's the only way to do it. We have a resident New Yorker on our team, Brittany, who lived in New York City for a couple of years and says the same thing. She had her first child there, and she's like, you just can't have a ton of things. You have to pare down. to exactly what you need. So in that rental home, that little beach house that we lived in for a couple of months, it was a condo. We had just like the bare necessities in the kitchen, like exactly what we were using. We literally had like 4 or 5 forks and 5 spoons and 5 knives. We wash them every night and put them back. But smaller space equals fewer things. And the beauty of, even if you have, ample space in your home, having less stuff, it's less decisions, fewer decisions you have to make throughout the day. One of the things that I just finished my 3rd book, and one of the things I wrote about was decision fatigue, that we have so many decisions we have to make throughout the day. Not only does it overwhelm us on the big scale and us very small, almost unconscious scale, it overwhelms our kids. And so if we compare back to the best, favorite, necessary, it really makes a difference, not just in the kitchen, but think about toys. When we lived in this little beach condo, we brought 3 buckets, and we had dress-up clothes, Magna-Tiles, and Legos. That's all we had. It's the only toys. Those kids could either go outside and play, or they could come in and play with these 3 buckets. They didn't even know what we left behind. They had those 3 things to choose from, and I swear to you, I've never seen them happier. So I'm super excited for the day that we do bedrooms, because that's when I'm going to be doing all of our toys too. So thank y'all for bearing with us with a little sick guy today. He has just had a time. Now I'm trying to see if I can convince Nana to stay all day. Okay. What else? We talked about working during the day. We have the 1-week challenge and a month-long challenge if you want to try that and do like a little tiny bit every day to work up to it. You got to do it your way. You might not want to do a marathon 12 hours. It might be a whole lot. If you're doing the Ruthless Declutter Challenge for the first time, be encouraged that you will get discouraged, and everyone feels that way at some point during this. Like, this is exhausting. I'm emotionally overwhelmed because I don't know what to keep and I don't know what to get rid of. Power through, rip the Band-Aids. One caveat, especially as you start clothes, that is, I believe, tomorrow. Man, we're tackling the hard stuff right out the gate. Yeah, tomorrow's clothes. When you go in your closet, you might have lots of emotions tied in. We're talking about clothes.
What happened to kitchens?
We're jumping around. When you go into clothes, lots of emotional attachment to clothes. Like, I spent too much on that and I don't like it.
That's my hardest part.
Yeah.
Giving up.
Or like,
you think you need, oh, well, I'm going to be cleaning. I'm going to be doing all this stuff. I need those old shirts. So, I'm going to keep 4 or 5 of them. No, you don't. You got a washing machine.
Yeah. And you just don't need that many.
Mm-mm.
I go in my closet so many times and I'm like, I have nothing to wear. Anybody? Meanwhile, you have tons of clothes to wear. But when you declutter and get down to the things you absolutely love, that make you feel great, that look great, it's not about going out and buying new things, but just uncovering what's hidden beneath all the clutter. You'll be surprised how much you actually have. And what I do with clothes is I'll take the clothes that I think I'm ready to part with, and I will set them aside. I'll set them aside for maybe a couple of weeks. And if I find that I'm missing something that's in that stack, I'll go and pull it out and put it back. Chances are you're not going to miss it at all. And you're going to be thrilled with the fact that you have best, favorite, and necessary hanging right in front of you to choose from. And imagine that feeling when you're getting ready in the morning. Like, I feel great. Like, none of this makes me feel like I had 3 kids and it used to fit and it's hugging in the wrong places. Nobody wants to start their day that way. Okay, Nana, tell us your top number 1 tip. Like, best favorite tip.
If you are going to say, how do I organize my cleaning supplies under the sink? I don't know how. You have too many cleaning supplies. That's why you can't organize them. Mm-hmm. Whether you make your own or you go out and buy something, go for a multi-task cleaner. Mm-hmm. Something, one thing that you can do several things with. You don't need, under my sink right now, I think there's four things. And sorry. So if you say I have too many, I don't know how to organize my storage containers. You have too many storage containers. Mm-hmm. Get rid of them. Make sure there's a lid for every single one of them.
She will come in your house and find it. Dusty, you just got called out.
She sent me a picture last year or year before. I'm coming down.
Everybody needs a Nana. When we moved into this house, she was like, let me come over and help you unpack your kitchen where things need to go.
Yeah, I don't want to help you with the playroom, but I'll help you with the, no. But same thing with your clothes. If you, and you know, here's the thing, guys.